Morning all. Well, this is early Sunday morning in September. Thought I'll give you a quick 10-minute squidge around the plot. My surfing hedge is coming on. I just need a surfboard to put in it. But the pretty bit, it's suffered. We've had a very hot, very dry summer, and everything seems to be just a little bit tired. So my dahlias, they're struggling, but they're coming on all right. The cosmos in the bin, they looked superb a few weeks back, but now they're dry and looking sad. And me lobelia, I cut them all off. My cold frame, I got melons, but the plants are starting to die. It could be because we've had a bit of cold weather, cold evenings. So I've put some cut and come again lettuce in to make use of the frame. Then there's nothing in the club room, if you like. I've been making a few candles, wax candles. Lobelia here, that's slightly in the shade, that seems to have survived just slightly better. And all the sweet peas were in the greenhouse are gone. In the greenhouse, that is actually looking really superb. Tomatoes have been wonderful in here. The peppers have been even better. Look at that. I'm so pleased with the peppers. But the tomatoes on this side that were getting the direct sun, even with the netting over the top, they've all gone. They all dried up, so I'll pull them out. Right, so we'll go on round. Out here, I've got a pepper that I've had growing outside, and it's done just as well as that on the inside. Then in this little cold frame here, I think I've got a couple of peppers and some cut and come again lettuce for the winter. The garlics are all finished, and so I'm just piling all my edge cuttings on there. Then the dahlias here, they were sweet peas there, they all dried up and finished. Strawberry bed, it wasn't so good this year, but it is 4 years now, so I think really that strawberry bed's at it. But this celery, I'm well pleased with the celery. It's looking good. I've never successfully managed to grow celery, but for some reason this is looking really good. And I'll sow some late peas, and they got peas on them, look. So I'm quite pleased with that. Then the potatoes, these were the Myras. They are superb. I've been digging them from the far end. And then the tomatoes that I had in that frame, they were really good. Yeah, they were really good, and they're still coming. So I'm quite pleased with that. Then I've got lettuce there. It's been overtaken by a volunteer potato, but not lettuce. Spinach, that is lovely as well. We've been picking loads of that. Then the grapevines. This grapevine, this is the Bacchus. At least I believe it's the Bacchus. That's looking good. I tried two methods. I tried cordon on one side and Goya on the other side, and without a doubt the Goya's the better. And then that one there is Savel. Then the asparagus has been absolutely lovely. Obviously I stopped picking that last month. There's a couple of volunteer tomato plants. They've actually got tomatoes on. Look at that. I don't know what they're going to be. They grew out of the compost. Oh, and the blueberries were good this year as well, except for that blueberry dried out. I think I've rescued it. And then this frame, oh, that's to stop the cat getting in. He sleeps in there. I had the melons in there, never come to anything, and I think it's because I let them dry out. Then red grapes over there, that's the dessert grape, supposed to be seedless. Nice grapes on there, but I still end up using them for wine, I think. They're not really seedless. Occasionally you get one that's seedless. I forgot, down here I've sown some all year round collies. There's 2, 3 there. This pumpkin's got in amongst them, but the pumpkin's only going to be there for another few weeks, and then that'll be gone. It's actually got a pumpkin on. Then I've sown a row of snowball. I'm going to thin those out, but I'm going to grow them up close to each other. And then, oh, there's a pumpkin. Look, this was a giant pumpkin that was given to me. Now then, these are my Sauvignon and Chardonnay grapes. These is, well, we'd have to look back through videos, but I think this is their is it second or third year, I think, and they're looking really good. They're a nice size, they're sweet, so they are ready for picking, I think. And then halfway along there, I'm not going to go in there because the plants are all wet, but halfway along there is my Cape gooseberry, and that is doing well as well. It thinks it's in the Cape. Right then, me sprouts are all looking good. Sprayed plants are looking really healthy. Got a bit of white fly, but I sprayed them. I didn't spray them, I used a hose to wash them off. That one there was infested, but it's looking now like I have managed to get rid of most of them. Maybe I'll get the hose on that again in a minute, give it another wash. Then I had a bunch of sweet corn here, they're all finished. And then I've got pumpkins here. This is the Cour de Provence. Look at the size of them, they're gorgeous. Look at that. And they taste like squash and they roast lovely. The fig tree's been superb this year. I've been picking 2 or 3 a day, absolutely lovely. I've been picking them regularly. And then these sweet corn, I think these are just becoming ready to pick. So that was another little bunch. Then here we've got our squash, also looking really good. So generally speaking, everything's been good. A few things have been disappointing, but you know, you can't have everything. And there's still squash coming, look. So looking good. Then the leeks, the patch of leeks, they're looking really good as well. That lot of sweet corn there, they finished. The sweet corn have been delicious this year, but they have actually been the cobs, the actual cobs and the things, the seeds have been a bit small, but they've been very sweet. Right, moving on. Right, the sunflowers and the bee flower bed or wildflower bed, it's all died back. It all just simply dried out. You can't go on holiday and have an allotment as well, can you? But the carrots that I had here, the very early carrots, they were good, just good, not superb, just good. Parsnips, they're looking healthy. I've got a few volunteer spinach plants growing here and there, but the parsnips are still looking good. Beetroot, they've all been good. Some more volunteer spinach growing in amongst. And then I put some late beetroot in just to make up a bit more. And then strawberries that I've had growing in here, they have been good. That's the way to stop them blinking woodlice getting up. But it's a lot of work for, well, you might not think it's actually worth it. But there you go. And then all of my berries along here, the raspberries are still coming. There's only about 3 or 4 stalks, but they're good. They're producing. But everything along here has been really good because it all came early, of course, when the soil was still moist with rainwater. And the pear tree, absolutely gorgeous as well. It's been so good that somebody sees fit to come and help themselves to the pears, but they don't take them, they bite into them and throw them back on the path. And I've got a wasp nest in the grain there, look, that I suppose having a beehive, I ought to sort that out. It was in the compost bin, but I moved the compost bin only to find that it wasn't actually in the compost bin, it's actually in the ground by the side of it. So that needs sorting. Then my sweet potatoes over the back there, they're looking really good, looking healthy. Whether I've got potatoes on them or not, I don't know yet. So let's move on. Okay, so this is me high carrot bed. This has been good. I had early carrots in there, but I also put some later ones in, and I'm pulling a few carrots every day just so I want them. And of course I did have my longest parsnip in there, and it did win a first prize too as the longest parsnip, nearly 2 foot long. And of course back to the sweet potatoes. The apple tree's looking good. Maybe I should have thinned them more. I've taken half of them off, and most of what I took off had maggots in. And then of course I've got the red grapes along the back here. They're looking okay. Perhaps I should have watered them, I don't know. They're probably the size they should be, but there are other people with grapevines that their grapes are bigger. The potatoes all along the back, they've all been emptied and probably mostly eaten. Then the beehive, let's have a squidge into the beehive. They're looking happy. It is a bit early yet and it's still a little bit chilly, but they're looking happy. So there is the plot. From this angle it actually looks just a little bit scruffy. That's because all the sunflowers are finished. We did have some very high winds which snapped a lot of the sunflowers off, but it's kind of like a blessing in disguise. It snapped them off, so they sent 8 little sunflowers growing up the side. There's one there, look, you can just see, and they actually look better. But anyway, there's the plot. I like Cosmos. So all ready for the autumn now. We're just reaping now. I'm going to sow up some late carrots that I will keep in the greenhouse. So there's a modest little harvest. A few tomatoes, chard, spinach, pears, a few strawberries and a few raspberries. So it is September after all. So there we go. Be happy. See you in the winter.